This is Sonia Vega, and this is my reflection on Malcolm Gladwell's Choice TED Talk. Very interesting. I'm going to admit at the beginning I thought, okay, what's the point of this video? Wasn't understanding, but once he starts explaining, you do see the parallel between what he is saying and education. And what I noticed the most was providing different options. Make sure there's a lot of variability in your lessons. Make sure that you target different ways for students to learn. Make sure that you give them choices, that it's not always just one way and only this way for you to understand this concept, but actually give them the different opportunities for them to learn. And whether it's that they're kinesthetic learners, and sometimes our lessons need to be interactive that way, and for them to be moving around. Some of them need to see the visuals, when we're doing a lesson. It did bring to mind all those conversations that we have with our students, and now I'm kind of reconsidering, I guess, the questions that I ask my students. Do they really know how to answer my question? Do they even really know what they don't know? Like when we ask our students, what do you feel you still don't understand? Well, now I think about that question and I'm like, well, that's ridiculous, because they don't know that they don't understand that concept. Or when we ask them, do you get it? Do you understand? Do you want me to explain it again? Well, they don't know that they don't understand the concept. They really don't know what they don't know. And so providing the choice and the opportunity, gauging our students, maybe through surveys and things like that, giving them something that'll show them all these things that they should know or that they should understand, and then they can answer a question about what is it that you still don't understand, instead of us just throwing out the question, well, because they really aren't going to know. Some of the things he mentioned also made me think about some of the strategies that we use. I've been in a bilingual classroom for a really long time, for all my 9 years actually. And so one of the strategies they've always told us to use is to show our students examples and non-examples of the type of work that we want. And so, for example, if we're asking them to write some sort of a personal narrative, we show them a very simple personal narrative, basic, a lot of grammar errors and things like that. And then we show them an example of a personal narrative that is well written. The grammar is used properly. It's formatted correctly. And so you want to show the students the range of what is okay and what would be a great example of this work. And then you give the student something to work for or towards, and they can decide, do I want to produce a piece of work that is at this level, or do I want a piece of work that's going to be produced at this higher level? And I never really saw the value or understood the value of that until I actually started doing that with my students, because it didn't matter how many times I said, you need to fix this, it needs to be better, you need to try a little harder. They weren't understanding what I was saying until I actually showed them a piece of work and at the level that we would want them to be writing. Then they understood, then they knew what they were working towards, and then the students decided, I'm okay with turning in something that's just at this level. While I had other students that were not okay with that, and they wanted to produce work that was way above and beyond what I had already showed them. So this video kind of made me think about that. Do my students really know what they don't know? And should I not only provide them with opportunities to have different ways of learning what I'm trying to teach them, but also the opportunity to decide, what do they want their final product to look like? What do they want their final work to look like? Let me show you what you can do, and then you can decide to what degree do you want to get close to that, or are you okay with just turning in the type of work that you are currently turning in. So at the beginning didn't quite understand, and towards the end then I understood what is it that, and how does this TED Talk and what he was talking about really compare to us in education and what we do in the classroom.